Hello YouTube. My name is Stacy. I'm known here as Flighty Rambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Hello again, friends. I am glad to be filming and presenting another video for you today. I am just looking at this set of nails. This is a set that I've put on myself. The video to how I did it won't be coming out till after this video. But this is not a nail video. In fact, no, it's going to be my very first YouTube Hop video. It's 10 Arty Questions, a YouTube Hop with hashtag 10 Arty Questions, and it's hosted by two talented ladies. There's Hope at CraftyHope and then Nina at Nina Fickett Designs. The goal of this video is to create a project while answering these 10 questions, and then I'll guide you on to the next person in the hop, who for me will actually be Hope at CraftyHope. Now I'll have links to both Nina's and Hope's channels, as well as their Instagrams and web pages, listed in the description box below. As well, I'll have highlighted the next video of this particular hop, who is Hope. So I'm just going to gather some supplies and we'll get started. All right, so this is a bunch of my old jelly plates that I bound together with duct tape. I have 9 in the series. This is number 1, and I've created some art journal pages on these pages, and they are the older ones, so they aren't as good to my eye. There's a lot of places I see for improvement upon these pages as I go through. Anyway, the whole reason I'm choosing this one is because this is pretty much the last 2 pages for this book, and I just kind of want to work on it and fill it up. Plus, I'm able to use some tried and true methods here while I ponder these arty questions. Right, so on the background here is a jelly plate plus some stamping, it looks like. So it has a really good base, but that's, not my goal. Just want to make sure this is the front way. Yeah, make sure it doesn't go upside down. Since I already think this is a pretty background, I'm having difficulties in moving forward with it. So I'm going to take some black acrylic paint and be very bold.
Very bold.
All right, and I think I'm happy I did that because it now has broken up the background. I can still see pieces and bits of it, but that's not going to be the focus of my project. So I'm glad to have laid down that smack of black. I'm just gonna get that dry. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit while I answer that first question. What in your artistic career has given you the most joy? I would say learning. I mean, I had been watching YouTube videos for years of watching people create art, different types of art, and I was drawn toward the mixed media type of videos. And so I found some artists that I love to watch, and they were so fearless in how they used their supplies. Just, if you make a mistake, add a layer, move on. And it really did inspire me to promote growth in that area for myself, to not just watch but to actually do. And it's taken years to get to where I'm happy with what I see. But when I look back at, when I look back through here, I was cringing a bit at it, but it was all a step into getting me to where I am today. So the most joy has definitely been the learning process and the fact that I can pull more confidently from my supplies because I know what it's going to do. Or I grab for my supplies not knowing what it's going to do, because that's part of the fun. All right, so that's, I think, one question done. What I'm going to do next is a layer of scribble journaling. So I'm going to try to do this while answering a question, one per each layer, and hopefully I can get 10 layers on this thing. So my next layer is going to be scribble journaling with this pencil. And the question is, if I could only have 5 art supplies, what 5 supplies would you choose? Are you kidding me? Okay, so there would be a glue, so a matte gel medium. There'd be pens. Now, am I supposed to say just microns and jelly roll pens, or am I allowed to say all pens? I think I'm going to say all pens. My acrylic inks, those are super fun. Oh gosh. Pencils, like Stabilos and water-soluble crayons and things like that. That would be good. And what else? Oh gosh, what would that be? Can I say stencils and stamps? Because I can find paper and I can doodle on my own paper, you know, for collage ingredients. But yeah, I guess I would have to say, yeah. Stamps and stencils. Oh, stamps or stencils and stamps, however. The basic things you need to kind of do an art journal page. So, scribble journaling. All right, the next question. What is your go-to color palette or combination or family of colors? Hot fluorescent pink. I am almost confident that color can go with just about anything and look amazing. So color family or whatever, I would say just the hot pinks, the fluorescent pink, the neon pink, anything like that. The neon color, the fluorescent colors that have that really great shift in it. That's some really fun stuff too. So there we go. So I have 2 stencils here in geometric shapes, one in triangles, one in pluses. Pretty much chewed that up, but that's okay. So, the next question. How do I feel about digital kits, freebies, or otherwise? And do I use them? No, right now I don't use them. Back in May, I did get a fabulous birthday gift, an Epson Echo Tank printer, but I haven't gotten into the habit of using it yet. I watch some videos where the ladies are just overwhelmed with their printouts and freebies and things like that. I'm afraid of overwhelming myself of that as well. So as I haven't used them yet, it doesn't mean that I won't. In fact, I know I have a folder of printables that I would like to get my hands on, so I have that option now. But as of right now, no, they are not part of my typical go-to. For my next layer, I'm going to use some stamps. I have a few in my collection. I've been collecting stamps since the beginning, so it makes sense I would have a few. I just want to look at the question. Number 5 here. What motivates you to create art, or what is the why behind your art? At the beginning, I was looking for a way to fill time in my day. I had too much free time and I needed to cultivate a rewarding hobby. And after watching all of the videos for so long, I finally felt that I was confident enough to start my own art journal. I often go back and recognize the beginning because then I can appreciate where I am now. So at the beginning, it was a way to cultivate a hobby to spend some quality time with, you know, because you have to practice to get good at it. So, and what motivates me is it's an outlet for my creative energy. So yeah, it's either going to be this, something creative, or something destructive. So we'll stick with this. So for my next layer, I think I'm going to do some mark making. I have raindrops, circles.
Let's see what I can do with this.
All right, the next question. What is my favorite substrate to work on and why? Well, honestly, I just finished the index card a day challenge, that challenge to create those 61 projects on index cards, and I got real used to using that small size. So right now I would say index cards, but I'm really enjoying the larger size of this page as well. So obviously the pink has bled back in. I kind of want to add a bit of metallic. So I think I'll choose this glorious gold and this metallic rose and do some finger painting. When you work in layers, which is your favorite? Oh my goodness. This is my question. So I'm going to say either scribble journaling or sketchy lines or splats, which is what is missing here. So I'm going to create some splats for my next layer. Spots, 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 spots. I'll add some spots of this glorious gold. Oh, I just can't keep things tidy in my art space. 8. Does where you live and grew up have any influence on your art? Not really. Not really. This is an indoor thing for me. I enjoy getting refreshed and a new set of eyes and resetting my, good nature, I suppose, by going outside and enjoying the fresh air. So I guess in that way, yes, it does, because the outdoors is nice, except for when it's fire season. All right, so I'm not sure what I want to do for my next step here. This is getting kind of loud, and I don't mind, but I think I want to create a focal point of some kind. So another question, number 9. What are your favorite types of journals to work in and why? I have a lot of journals that I've thrifted. I keep meaning to dig into them and start projects in them, but I haven't yet. So as of right now, I guess for art journal instead of Substrate, it would have to be my Jelly Roll Jelly Plate Print journal. So this time, because I really enjoy the size. Like I started out by creating on 8.5 by 11, like regular copy size paper, and I'd use the cardstock and just go for it. And I would, like I said at the beginning, it took me a week to get through one project. So yeah, it was really thoughtful. It was a really mindful process for sure. So let's see how these are going to look on the page. Yeah, that's the interruption of everything that I needed right there. To add some interest to the hearts, maybe I'll use some of my new glass bead gel. This is this glass bead gel is something I created using a recipe from Nina Fickett's channel. I'll link that down below. Using fast grab tacky glue. I'm going to do some stems with this acrylic ink in black. So the last question, what's your biggest struggle as an artist and how do you overcome it? Oh my goodness, it is confidence. Confidence. I'm not confident this is a good enough project to share on this YouTube hop. I'm not sure if this is a good representation of how I art. I am full of self-doubt and but sometimes it flows easily, you know. Sometimes a project is just everything you want it to be, so it just flows nicely. This one, I don't mind it. It looks nice. I'd like to do something with this, bring up the texture paste here. It's not quite dry yet though, so I'm going to use my Unisignal Broad in gold to do a little squiggly border, like a loose squiggly border a couple times. So I'm taking that cherry pink that I stamped in the background, I'm just going to scuff on top of some of the beads here to give them some life. For my sentiment, I'm going to use my Dymo. 10 Arty questions. All right. I want to see what's going to happen if I add some black. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's a nice touch. This is my project for the 10 Arty questions. So this was my project for this YouTube hop. It's hosted by Hope at CraftyHope and Nina at Nina Fickett Designs. Hashtag 10 Arty questions. There's going to be a lot of talented artists in the hop, so go ahead and keep on clicking. For the next person in this particular hop, it's going to be Hope at CraftyHope. Again, I'll make sure to have all this information listed in the description box below, where you can find Hope and Nina and some of the other ladies that are in the hop. They'll be in the description box below as well. I'd like to thank you for watching. I really encourage you to go ahead, check out Nina and Hope as well as the other ladies on this YouTube hop. I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate that you've spent part of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. I'd love a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. And until my next video, bye-bye.